The man captured a zombie and strapped it onto a specially designed bicycle generator. Then, he pulled out a chunk of raw meat, dangling it just out of the zombie's reach. Driven by hunger, the zombie pedaled furiously, generating power. Using this trick, the man invented a self-sustaining irrigation system for his farmland. But zombies weren't just useful for farming. Their breath could also be harvested as fuel. The man twisted open a gas valve attached to a zombie's mouth, releasing methane. He used it to cook a steak for breakfast. After eating, he grabbed a piece of meat with tweezers and walked into his power station. Inside, 2 zombies were strapped to machines, generating electricity 24/7. When he tried to feed them, one zombie refused to eat. Seeing it had lost its usefulness, the man pulled out his gun and shot it. Then, he went outside, picked another zombie from a cage, and strapped it into the generator room to replace the dead one. Afterward, he boxed with a zombie, easily winning. Although life was comfortable, he needed more resources. So, he tossed 2 chunks of raw meat outside. The zombies wandering around his house were immediately drawn away. With the path clear, he hopped into his car and set off for work. It turned out he was a courier, but not an ordinary one. His job was to capture survivors who refused to go to the shelters. His method? He used a low-powered rocket launcher to knock them down, then delivered them to scientists at the nearest shelter. The scientists were using survivors to study blood types in hopes of developing a cure for the zombie virus. That day, he was assigned to capture a woman and bring her in. But on his way to complete the mission, his car suddenly ran out of fuel. Checking the fuel tank, he saw the zombie inside was nearly dead. Thinking it was just hungry, he removed its face mask and held a piece of meat to its mouth. But the zombie didn't react. Realizing it was useless, he dragged it out of the car and dumped it by the roadside. Then, he held up a chunk of raw meat to attract another zombie. Before long, a fresh one caught the scent and rushed over. The man immediately shot its leg off with a hunting rifle, immobilizing it. Then, he tied the zombie into the fuel tank. With his biofuel source restored, the car started running again. Before long, he found his target. He captured the woman, secured her in the car, and drove off. Mission complete. So, now do you know how to make zombies useful in the apocalypse?